Hey, this is G Butterfly, and I'm coming back again. This is 3 times on a Monday, y'all. Y'all know that's unusual for me, but I heard a story. Well, I shouldn't say I heard a story. I read a story over on Threads, and it was a woman who had twin children. Both of her children had autism, but one was far more severe than the other child. Well, the children's grandmother, and based on how it read, I can only assume that it is the father's mother, was cooking Thanksgiving dinner. Mind you, the twins are 15. The grandmother said she wanted to take one of the boys to come over and let them help her prepare for Thanksgiving and help her cook and, just get everything prepared, because I'm only going to assume the family is coming over to her house. And she didn't take the more severe child. So the mother got on Threads and was just complaining and was upset that the woman wouldn't take both children. Mind you, she said that the the grandmother, let me just say that the grandmother has a difficult time handling the more severe autistic child. And she was upset because she felt like she didn't want her other son to go, and she was upset with the with the grandmother. So there was a lot of people in the comments, and they were saying, why deprive the one child, although he's autistic, but obviously the grandmother is able to handle him. Why deprive him of going and spending quality time with his grandmother and, making memories with his grandmother, because the other son cannot go because of his disabilities? Why would you deprive one son? Then you had those in the comments who were saying, well, if she can't get them both, she can't take them at all. Well, the woman is cooking Thanksgiving dinner. Anyone who has cooked any dinner for that matter, and Thanksgiving dinner is more complex because you probably have more dishes. You're probably going to make a larger amount, dessert, all those things. Pretty much the people in the comments were saying she already has to focus on a huge meal plus one child, and that child is autistic as well, although maybe higher functioning than his sibling. Why would you try to be upset with the grandmother because she may not be able to handle two at one time? So this was going back and forth, and it got me to thinking. Some of you may know my grandbaby is autistic. She's 5, and she is just the best, absolute best. Now, when I get one grandchild, I make an effort to get both all the time. I have an 8-year-old granddaughter and a 5-year-old granddaughter, and it's always my goal to get them both at the same time. And I'm tired by the time they leave. Now, my grandbaby with her autism, the only issue we have is her communicating with us. We have our own way. We know what she means. She can speak, but she doesn't do it on demand. She does it when she feels like it. But for the most part, it's just like my 8-year-old, taking care of them. There's really no difference, to be quite honest. But I read a lot of posts of families that have autistic children who are far more, it takes more to care for them than, let's just say, your quote-unquote non-autistic child or a child without disabilities. And I could see where the grandmother may say, let me get this one, and then maybe I'll get this one. But I didn't see what the parents should be mad if the grandmother couldn't get both kids, because she may just not be able to handle it. And that's a reality I'm sure that many families face. Family members just may not be able to handle that special needs child. And at the end of the day, that is your child. And why deprive the other child because a family member can't handle both? You could be putting that child in an unsafe environment because the grandmother is unable to care for that child. In my opinion, I thought the mother was wrong. I can understand from an emotional standpoint how the mother felt, because immediately, anytime anybody gave any suggestion on her thread that wasn't aligned with her feelings, she was upset. But I can see from an emotional standpoint, as a mother, you don't want anybody to make a difference between your children. I get it. But in the real world, everybody's not treated the same all the time. Siblings are not always treated the same all the time when they walk outside of your door. I just thought the mother was very inconsiderate of the grandmother's, number one, abilities. Y'all know I'm always paying attention to this parking garage. She was inconsiderate of what the grandmother had to do because she was cooking Thanksgiving dinner. And maybe the grandmother was just trying to show the other brother some special one-on-one time, because if the other brother has to always be monitored and someone has to do everything to care for him, maybe she felt like that particular brother just doesn't get the amount of attention that he needs, and she wanted to extend him a little personal, just one-on-one attention. But get in the comments and let me know, should the mother have been upset that the grandmother only wanted to take one child the night before Thanksgiving versus taking both children? And should the mother be upset? All right, get in the comments and let me know, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.